Hey, my friends out there in Atlanta. James Jordan, Best Networker Live, is coming to you today with this awesomely epic live training that I'm going to be hosting tonight. It's been the first training that I've hosted in a few weeks. I've been in launch mode. There's been a lot of different products and promotions that I've been marketing to my list, marketing on my social media accounts and things of this nature over the course of the past couple of weeks. So I've been like a hermit. As you can see, I got a little bit of a mustache, even though I still look like a 12-year-old and everything like that. So it's really, really good for me to hop on this live training and share some very powerful concepts with you that I've only shared with personal team members, my coaching clients, things of that nature. I've shared a little bit of this stuff on my videos and whatnot, but I have a good 20, 30 plus minutes of time that I've blocked out where I'm literally going to be giving you my storytelling secrets, things that I've personally used to literally go out and build a business, make sales on autopilot, simply by using my story. You see a lot of people online, and I was just like this too, when I first got started online, and I discovered that there was traffic. I went out and I just started to find different ways to go out and get a whole bunch of traffic, right? And then through going through the ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs of internet marketing, lead generation, turning a lead into a real genuine prospect and getting through sales funnels and stuff like that, I became a Me Too marketer, right? And you may be at that place right now where all you're simply doing is you're promoting your deal and you're telling people to sign up in your business. That's great, and you want to do that, right? But there's some subtle things that you can do to stand out from the crowd. That's essentially what I want you to learn today. Is I want you to learn how to stand out from the crowd and literally build rapport with people instantly, right? Not 3 weeks from now, not 2 months from now, not a year from now, but literally having the ability to create and build rapport with people through automated instances, email, right, social media, right, even video like YouTube, right, just like you're probably watching this if you're watching this on the recording, right, if you're watching this on the recording, you're watching this, right, and you have the ability to really gather this information. If you're watching this live, even better, because it's really, really powerful for you to really bring in these concepts that's going to allow you to just change your business in a way that was only imaginative up until this point. You see, for example, when I first got started in network marketing, I was doing everything that I was told to do. I was talking to my friends and family. I was talking to coworkers at my job. I was buying leads. I thought about even putting up those tabs, in the bathrooms at my job and stuff, and going to the library and even like local office buildings near my house and stuff. I was gonna walk in there and sneak in there and stuff like that. And I am hearing some playback, and I have no idea why. Let me see here, because I am I was on my site. So now that the playback is gone, right? I literally would think about going to these offices, right, and posting these little tabs that you would put on like bathroom stalls and stuff like that. And I was like, well, do I really want to promote my business to someone who's taking a dump, right? Who's taking a leak or something like that, right? And of course, I was like, well, how am I going to get into the women's bathroom? I'm not crazy enough to go in the women's bathroom, because you never knew someone's going to be in there, right? And even if you go in there where no one's in there, someone walks in, and then they think you're a pervert and stuff like that. It's like, no, I'm just marketing my business opportunity, right? So I didn't even want to create that situation, right? But I was determined and I was hungry to go out and build a team and build my business. And by doing everything that my upline had told me to do and not getting to where I wanted to, not even really seeing any traction, because I had bought leads, and when I first got started in network marketing, I didn't care how much it costed for me to get into a business, right? Because I was thinking about the end result, right? I wasn't coming from a place of scarcity. I wasn't coming from a place of lack, right? I was 19 years old, and the first company that I joined, right, I literally spent $3,400 to get into the deal, put it on a credit card without even thinking twice, because I was like, I wanted to make money. I wanted to make money. I wanted to make money no matter what. And not only that, but I believed in myself, right? As a 19-year-old kid, I was crazy, right? But you got to be crazy if you want to be successful. That's just a reality situation. You got to be crazy enough to believe in yourself, because the reality situation is a lot of people don't have confidence. A lot of people don't have a positive mindset when it comes to being an entrepreneur, because if you don't have a positive mindset, you're never going to get anywhere. You're not going to get the results that you want. You're not going to make the type of money that you want to, and you're never even going to get to a place where you start creating momentum, because you're too busy telling yourself all these reasons why you can't have success. But I want to share with you, I literally want to snap that. I want to break that habit, right? I want to break that train of thought. I want to break that pattern with you today by telling you that I believe in you and I appreciate you and I love you for the fact that you're watching this training. However you found this training, you found it because you want help. You desire to get the results that you want in your business, and you need training, right? You may even need a mentor. Whatever reason you really came here, I just want to tell you that I love and appreciate you, and I believe in you. Because I remember when I was at a point in my life where I didn't hear that too much from people around me, from my friends, from my family, from people that I respected and looked up to. And I remember that it totally crushed me for a little bit, right? And it put me in a place of standstill. And you may be in that place, or you may be in a place where you want to get moving, right? But you just don't know what to do, right? You're sitting there promoting your affiliate offer, you're promoting your business opportunity, and you're not getting any traction. Well, this is an instant way. What I'm going to be sharing with you, it's an instant way for you to go out and start making money right now, right? For you to start building rapport, getting people to pay attention long enough to get in front of your offer and then cause them to take action, right? You see, a lot of people seem to think it's all about the bonuses that you offer. And yeah, for short periods of time, bonuses will help you drive sales, right? But if you're really looking to build a team, and I think what it is that with what I'm sharing right now is very more specific towards people that are building a business opportunity, network marketing opportunity, direct sales, stuff like that, where you have to build a team, right, in order to really create that residual income that you're seeking, right? Because some people that may be watching this may be an affiliate marketer where they just sell products and that's it, right? But when it comes to team building, right, you got to get people to be in touch with you, not just your opportunity, right? And people don't join people. I mean, people don't. I can't believe I just said that, but people don't join opportunities. They join people. They join people. And when you know that and truly understand that, you know and understand that you have to grow every single day, develop yourself, and learn how to tell your story in order to be able to go out and get results. Because that's the only way that you're going to build a massive team. That's the only way that you're going to create mass influence, because it's not going to be some technical strategy that you know that's going to cause everyone to join your business, right? Because if they don't like you as a person, they don't feel any type of way towards you as a person, if they don't resonate with your story, right, they're never going to work with you because they don't like you, right? That's just a reality situation. So listen, my friend, one of the biggest keys to tonight is to today, whenever you're watching this, right? Because you may be watching this live, you may be watching this on recording, but whenever you're watching this, know and understand that you already have everything that you need. Now, of course, you may need to know some technical strategies about how to get in front of more people, but with what I'm sharing with you tonight, what you will come to find is that you don't need to get in front of 1 million people every single day. You can get in front of 10 people, 20 people, 30 people every single day via automated, because you don't need to sit there and talk on the phone all day with people. I don't. In my business, you don't need to sit there and prospect every single person that you see. You know, like if you're connecting with people on Facebook, for example, you won't even need to sit there and tell them about your opportunity, stuff like that. You just get them in front of a video where you share your story, and it will literally change the game for you, right? Like I've had people who have seen the same business opportunity that I market, that has seen it before, but they see me, they connect with me, they hear about my story, and boom, 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 right? They just sign up and join me. And then I'll ask them, I'll say, hey, what made you join me? Because you've seen the opportunity a couple times, you've heard about the opportunity, you've known about it for quite some time. What made you make the decision to join me, right? Did you say, well, I resonated with your story, you know? And it's a very powerful thing, and I smile because I was pitching opportunity, 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 opportunity. Yeah, join my business. This is the greatest business in the world. You know, we've done over 100 million, 130 million in sales, and we have over 250 or 300,000 members, and all this craziness, right? And what I was really projecting is that I didn't feel that I was enough in order to have someone join me. I wasn't a leader. That's really what you're really projecting when all you talk about is your opportunity. Now, don't get me wrong, you can do that, but you want to put your opportunity around your story, right? You want to have a heart-to-heart connection with someone so that they make a decision. They make a decision to connect with you and not your opportunity. Because if they just join the opportunity, then they'll go join another one, right? But if they join you, then they'll lock arms with you. They'll stay with you long enough so that they can have their breakthrough and just absolutely change the game. So let's start with the basics, right? Let's start with but before I even start with the basics and the technical know-how, right? I just want to finish up my story really quick about how I thought about posting, putting little ads on the bathroom stalls in the place that I was working and in office buildings around, and I just made the decision not to. And this was after I had spent $3,400 to join my business. Right, I was spending $200 a month for my auto ship. And then I spent $1,200 in 1 month just to buy leads. Right, just to buy leads, and it was getting to a point where I didn't know what to do. Right, and I was like, well, I'm spending all this money, and yeah, I bought leads, and I was able to sign 3 people up in my business, and take home $450, but I had to spend $1,200 right on those leads, and I wasn't even able to get half those people on the phone. And on top of that, I was told to read this huge script that I had. I had to print out everything, right, and put it in a binder. It literally was like a huge booklet of scripts, and I would have a babysitter, aka my upline, on these 3-way calls, so that if I fumbled somewhere and the person was about to hang up the phone, out of nowhere, like an angel, they would just come in and be like, "Hey, wait a minute, don't hang up." And it was just totally weird, right? I didn't like the energy behind it, and a lot of people aren't really attracted to that sort of business model. So I had a conversation with my upline at the time, and I told him, and his name was Mike, and I was just like, Mike, Mike, this isn't really making sense to me. So I'm seeking some new ways to go out and grow and build my business and generate leads. And his wife, Michelle, was like, don't do that. It's a scam. You're not going to learn anything, and they're just out to get your money. And I was like, well, do what I like. My gut is telling me and start to learn more about the internet, because I was a kid, man. I was on MySpace. I was on Facebook. Right? I was on YouTube, right? To discover the opportunity that was in front of me, in hindsight, it was a gold mine, and I am so happy for it. Because it's literally changed the way that I do business. It's changed the way that I approach my business, and it is a simple game-changing strategy. With the power of social media, and it's going to be absolutely pivotal and vital for you to go out and create results. And so, what is it about storytelling that can help you go out and grow your business faster and easier? Well, think about this for a second, right? I've been sitting here talking probably for about 15, 20 minutes. I don't even know how long. And you've learned so much about me in a short period of time, right? My story arc of where I started, what happened with me and my upline, but I didn't even finish the story yet. Because now you're seeing me on this live Google Hangout or on the recording or whatever, and I've generated leads upwards of 192 leads in a single day. I've had 4-figure paydays in my business. Income disclaimer: I'm not going to guarantee that you'll get those results, but if you're hungry, you're serious, and you're motivated, and you really want to go out and get results, right? Just get results. It's going to come from you taking massive action, right? A lot of people want to tell you there's some easy button. There's no easy button until you work your ass off, and then it becomes easy. That's just the reality of the situation, right? You got to get the training, you got to get the education, then you have to take action consistently long enough to go out and produce results like I have, right? Because creating 4 figures in a single day, it isn't typical for people who don't take action. That's just a reality situation. So if you're looking for the easy button, if you're looking to not really put in any work, if you're looking for a get-rich-quick scheme, then stop watching this video. Like, literally stop watching this video, because you're hurting yourself, because I'm going to give you the cold, hard truth of the fact that you've got to work your ass off. And anyone that produces results like I have, right, It comes from working your ass off. It comes from being a hungry, humble student that's willing to take action until, and then get there, and then take even more action, right? So, with all that being said, the structure of what I want to tell you is that, do you see how simple that was? Do you see how simple that was? And that was a long version of me telling my story. That was a long version of me telling my story, right? But here's the thing. You can condense your story in about 3 to 4 minutes. It's an absolute game changer for you, right? Because when you can tell your story, it instantly builds rapport with people. It instantly builds rapport with people and allows you to go out and make more money in a shorter period of time. Because now when I connect with people on Facebook, for example, and they're like, oh, what do you do? I tell them to go to my blog. Why do I do that? Well, one, there's quality content on my blog, right, which is something that you should have. If you don't have a blog, you definitely need to get one. It's no ifs, ands, buts, or discussions. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your business is. Get a blog. That's it. I'm not even going to buy any excuses from you if you don't have one, because you need to have a central hub that people can connect with you and where they can share your content that you create, right? Like, I have people liking my stuff on Facebook and Twitter. What's that? That's free promotion and free syndication, guys. And I do something once. I put out real estate out there, and then it's like people are driving. It's like I have prime real estate. For example, if I were to give you an analogy, it's like I have prime real estate where there's a highway going by, and I have this huge, big ass for sale sign, right, within my target market, the people who would buy the house, right? They're literally driving past the house on the highway every single day, seeing this analogy that I want to give you when it comes to blogging. But I use my blog in a way sort of to pre-train my future team members and to monetize my list, even if someone doesn't join my business, which is a little bit more detailed. I'm not going to talk too much about that tonight because I really want to focus on you telling your story, right? But here's the reality of the situation. When you tell your story, there's something hypnotic about telling stories. If you sit there and you go online and you watch any sales videos of any successful marketers out there, right? And I'm talking about really successful marketers, not just someone who's a flash in a pan, right? I'm talking about really successful marketers. Because I bought a product today, right? I bought a product today teaching me about a new marketing strategy. And not only did I buy the product, but I watched the sales video, okay? Then I watched the sales video for another product and another product, right? Why did I do that? Well, because one, I love buying stuff, and any successful person that you talk to, they love buying stuff. Why? Because they love investing into themselves. That's a key secret, right? I literally sat there, watched this video. I read the sales letter, right, just to see what I could take from it and see what hot buttons it hit on. And then I was like, ooh, I like that. Ooh, that hit me, shit, right? And then I was like, oh, I just pulled out my credit card and bought, right? I pulled out my credit card and bought without a hesitation because I was focused on what this could do for me, not focused on how much it costed, not focused on oh, I got to do this or I got to do that or some other distraction. I was focused on what I wanted, and I knew that by making this purchase, it would get me closer to what it is that I wanted to achieve in my business and in my life, right? So you got to sit there and think about that at all times, but the reason why I tell you to watch sales videos and go look at ad copy and go look at capture pages that speak to you, because it's a very powerful way to train your mind to teach yourself how to connect with your target audience and how to create sales videos that will cause people to buy, right? And also learning how to tell stories. If you sit there and look at any particular marketer online who's actually good at what they do, not good but just great, right? Good and great marketers, they know how to tell their story. They know how to tell their story. And they do it so often that they can literally tell their story at the drop of a hat. That's why now when I share my story, it comes easy. Like, there's so many different things that I haven't even shared, but literally I was talking for a good 15, 20 minutes about my story, about how I got started in the industry, and went through a little story arc, right, of underdog, failing, not getting any results, then finding a way to go out and market online, and having the ability to generate, hundreds of leads in a single day and having 4-figure paydays and stuff like that. I took you through a story arc, right? And if you didn't see the whole entire thing, if you're just catching on this training or whatever, make sure you watch the entire thing because it's very, very powerful. Telling your story, attention to you, and to pay attention to you for long periods of time, right? And you could sit there and talk all day about the fundamentals. Like I can sit here all day and be like, you should blog every single day, right? You should blog every single day because blogging is a way for you to build a relationship with your list, right? I might as well wear a damn suit and tie and a three-piece suit and just do that, right? But no, instead, what I would say to you, if I really want to instill in you that blogging works, is just tell you a story. Like when I really started getting into affiliate marketing and internet marketing, back in 2009, because I had known about internet marketing, I had bought some courses, some products like that. Within my first 90 days of being in network marketing, I had spent over $10,000 on my personal marketing education, on joining a business, different companies, different trainings. I mean, different products, training, teaching me how to actually go out and build my business over the internet, right? And so I went through that process, and then I kind of got into a standstill because I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and my world was kind of flipped upside down because I actually had discovered that I could build my business over the internet. But then I was so jaded about marketing that particular company that I first got started in because my upline had told me not to go out and learn this stuff. And then when I learned it, I was like, well, they were totally fucking wrong, right? And that'll probably be the only F-bomb that I put out today. But I was in this place to stand still, and then I ended up getting back into full out network marketing and using the internet to go out and build my business and connect with people, and it really just changed the way that I looked at things. It changed what I did, and I remember I had bought this product during this launch, and it was $297. I had bought this product, and it was a launch, and it was a guru launching his product, talking about blogging and nerve centers and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, nerve center. I've never heard that before, right? I was like, well, I need a nerve center. I need people to go out and connect with me on my own personal nerve center, right? And so I bought this product, and I started to go through the training, and it talked about blogging, right? And this is back in 2009. And so I created my blog. Now it was a pain in the ass for me to do it because I hired an outsourcer. I paid him $250, right? Because I thought I was getting a steal of a deal, right, at $250. But nowadays you can get your blog done for less. But of course you got to deal with a whole bunch of pain and heartache and frustration dealing with programmers and stuff like that. But there's a simple way to go out and get a ready-made blog for you. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Right below this video, you can click the link and learn more about Empower Network's blogging system. But that's up to you, right? I'm really here to just give you some value, some training. I do know from personally putting together my own blog, bestnetworkerlive.com, a couple weeks back. My blog was on standstill for a year because I wasn't hiring anyone else to put my blog together. I was just being stubborn, right? And I was like, I'm going to figure this out. And I literally would try to figure it out for days at a time, couldn't figure it out, was getting frustrated, and it took me a year to get my Best Networker Live blog set up. Now it's set up, now I'm putting content out there, but instead of sitting there wasting a year or spending $300, $400, $500 to actually get a good person to put together a blog, you can get a ready-made one for $25, right? I mean, no hard pitch, no hard sell. Just get the damn thing. It works. I use it. I use my personal blog and my Empower Network blog, and it really help you go out and grow your business. But back to my point, when I first started blogging in 2009, I was like, well, what am I going to do, right? What am I going to do? How am I going to create content? Because that's what a lot of people do. You tell someone to blog, and they're like, what am I going to talk about, right? What am I going to talk about, James? And it's like, talk about anything. You talk about your passions. Do you love to cook? Talk about cooking, right? Do you love to read personal development? Abram Hicks, Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, John C. Maxwell, right? Brian Tracy, Jack Canfield, Mark Victor Hansen, Jeffrey Combs, right? I can keep going on and on. Whatever you learn, you can just share. And just give me one sec. Having some issues with my mic. Give me another second, guys. I will be back in one more moment. I have fixed my microphone. All right, guys, I am back. I think you can see me. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I was talking about, back in 2009, how I had discovered that I could create a nerve center and went out and, outsourced my blog and got one done, right? And I didn't know what to talk about, and then I discovered that I could just talk about anything, right? I really could talk about what it is that I was learning, right? So one of the fastest ways that you can go out and start producing, one of the fastest ways that you can go out and build rapport with people, generate leads, generate free traffic, and have people go into your autoresponder and start signing up in your business, right, without you having to be present, right? Because I look at blogging as a way to recruit on autopilot, right? To literally have someone opt into my website, go to my sales videos, see my funnels, learn my story without me having to be present. Of course, I do have different ways that people can connect with me. Social media, Facebook, especially YouTube, email, and I even have a Google Voice number that people can contact me at. And I tell people to text me because, one, I don't get on the phone anymore with people who don't take action, right? I have to have known you for a few years before I would ever get on the phone with you if you're someone looking at my business and you haven't taken action yet, because that just shows me that you're really not serious, right? And of course, some people are like, well, if I could just get people on the phone, it's like, well, listen, you can, but unless you're absolutely brand new, it's really wasting your time to get on the phone with people. That's just my personal opinion. I know 8-figure earners that still use a phone today. I know 8-figure earners that sit around and, market and then go out their business and live their life. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't want to be on the damn phone all day sitting here saying, hey, get in the deal, pull out your credit card and buy, right? I'd rather just say it on video and have people do it automatically, right? So when I was looking to figure out how I could, blog and create quality content and have people coming to my blog, the first thing that I did was I started interviewing other successful people, right? You want to know how to generate free traffic to your blog, right? Interview people who are producing, interview people who are taking massive action, who are getting results. Get on the phone with them, get them on Skype, connect with them on Facebook and say, hey, I heard you're producing. I heard you're like doing wonderful in your business. I want to know what you're doing, and I would love to interview you. And just tell them that this is a blog post that you're putting on your blog that you drive traffic to all the time, and it's great exposure for them, right? Like if someone wants to interview me, as long as as long as I have time for it, I'm open, ready, and willing to do it. I got a family. I got 3 kids, 2 of them live with me. Stay-at-home dad, full-time dad, single dad, right? So it's time-consuming, right? And my kids know how to push my buttons and just drive me nuts, right? But that's why if I'm talking to someone on Facebook like that and they're talking all this, horse shit, because that's exactly what it is, excuses about why they can't get in the business and why they can't, sign up and do all this other shit. I'm just sitting there laughing and I'm like, man, I was homeless. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. So, and it's not to be disrespectful to them. It's just that, people buy their own bullshit and their own excuses all the time. And I'm just like, well, did you watch my video? They're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, so you do realize that at one point I was homeless, right? I had no job, right? And I had 3 kids to feed, okay? Right? So I understand and I can appreciate that you may be in a place of struggle right now, right? I can appreciate that. But I can tell you right now that if you keep sitting here telling me your excuses, 1, I'm not going to buy them, and 2, you're not going to help yourself, right? You're not going to help yourself. And that's why I share my stories. That's why I share my story about how I spent over $9,000, what, 8, 9, 10, whatever. It was in that range, okay? It was in that range. It was close to 5 figures within my first 90 days of joining a network marketing business. That's how much I had personally invested in my own marketing education, right? And then you hear people complain about making a $25 decision or a $7 decision or a $100 decision or a $200 decision or a $500 decision or even a $3,000 decision. It's like, dude, when I was 19, I invested damn near $10,000, right? Because I was focused on one thing, educating myself. Because you'll sit there and spend $20,000 a year going to school to get a degree that won't get paid off until you're damn near close to retirement, right? But investing a couple $1,000s in your own personal marketing education, right, you're afraid of doing because there's no guarantee, right? And the only guarantee that you have from going to school and educating yourself is to get a job, right, that you can lose at any point in time, right? And that's never going to pay you what you're truly worth, and you're going to go through this whole entire life of having kids and spending 40+ hours a week working for someone else's dream while they're living the high life with me and my friends, right? So it's like, listen, you got to make a decision that you're going to change your life. You got to make a decision that you're going to go out and take massive action. You got to make a decision that you're going to do whatever it takes. Because I got to a point in my life and in my business where I was completely frustrated, I was aggravated, I was upset, I was just vehemently mad, right? Because I wasn't where I wanted to be. And I sat there and I said to myself, am I doing everything that's required? And the answer was no. The answer was no, right? So I leaned out to my mentors and, I asked questions. And I asked the right questions, right? I wasn't sitting there complaining about my situation. I wasn't making excuses. I wasn't complaining about the fact that they weren't holding my hand because, you don't want to do that because when you're talking to someone who's producing, you start complaining about why they're not always around, right? Like me, I have kids. So if I'm hearing that from a grown-ass adult, like I'm almost snickering in the background. If I'm on the phone with you, I'm just gonna be real, right? If I'm on the phone or if I'm on Facebook, like I'm laughing, like dude, like my life doesn't center around you. I'm willing to help you. I'm willing to coach you, right? But I'm not willing to hold your hand through every single freaking decision that you gotta make. You gotta take action, right? Like it'll get to that point. You gotta take action. But most people, they want a babysitter. Most people don't want to hear the truth. Most people want to hear people tell them, "Oh, I'm gonna hold your hand, and I'm gonna burp you, and I'm gonna make your bottles and feed you just like you're my little child." And it's like, no, man. Listen, I don't know about you, but I like being free, right? I like spending time with my family. I like being able to go shoot hoops whenever I want to. Right, I like to be able to go on vacation, sort of like a mini vacation every 90 days because of a live event where I get to hang around people who are like-minded, who are positive, right, and who just want to go out and chase their dreams and live them, right? I love that stuff. I don't know about you, but I love that stuff, right? And it's like you got to learn how to just do whatever it takes, right? Because I got to a point in my business where I was like, you know what? I could be doing way more, right? Instead of watching TV, I could be reading a book, right? Instead of watching TV, I could be diving into more training, right? Instead of watching TV, I could be networking on Facebook for an hour, right? Or I could be writing a fantastic blog post and having it syndicated by other people because of how damn good it is, right? And that's what changed the game for me. It all comes from up here. But you got to believe it's possible. Like I wrote a blog post the other day about tapping in back to the future, right? Tapping into your future self. Right? I'll tell you right now, I'm speaking it out into existence. I had a vision of one day, right? One day in the very short future, right? Where I'm making $15,000 per day, right? Just sit there and think about that for a second. You need to close your eyes, right? You need to close your eyes, take a deep breath, get into a really relaxed state. Because to put yourself in that sort of environment, it takes some visualization, but it's not hard to visualize it at all, right? Once you understand how to put yourself in a peak state, put yourself in a relaxed state, put yourself in an alpha state, it really becomes easy to put yourself in a state of mind where you can see yourself making $15,000 a day. Now, that may not be your goal. Your goal may be $15,000 a month, right? Your goal may be $10,000 a month. Your goal may be $100,000 a month. Whatever it is, right? Think about that goal, because that's what I did. Right? And I did this on my birthday. I was like, well, 365 days from now, I see myself, not I want to, I see myself making $1.5 million, right? Earning my $1 million ring inside of Empower Network, eclipsing over $1.25 million in Empower Network, right? And making over $250,000 from, my own personal live events, my own coaching, my own training, things of this nature. I sat there on my birthday, I just turned 26. And I closed my eyes for a second and just imagined what it would feel like to wake up on August 26th of 2015 and wake up on my beachfront, condo, walking on the boardwalk in West Haven, Connecticut, right? Walking on the boardwalk onto the beach, no sandals on, just my toes, just literally feeling the hot sand, right, at dawn, and just seeing the sun come up and basking in the fact that I've accomplished my goal, right, and thinking about how grateful I was for it. Literally looking inside of my Empower Network back office and seeing that I've made over $1.25 billion over the course of that period, and I've eclipsed that mark, and I've gotten my $1 million ring, and just being happy and excited. Then going out and jumping in my 2014 red SRT Dodge Viper. It was epic, man. I saw one of those the other day. Freaking awesome. And I sat there and because I was at the Dodge dealership. And I know it's a little bit of a pattern, but I was at the Dodge dealership and I saw a yellow pinstripe one and a white pinstripe one. I was like, huh. I was like, both of these are badass, right? This $115,000 car. And I was like, huh. It's like, what color do I want? As I'm touching it and rubbing on it and stuff like that, I was like, what color do I want? Right? Because I've always wanted a Viper since I was a kid. It was a childhood dream. Growing up, I had all the metal molds of the Viper. Like I had several of them. I had a gray one, I think. I had 2 red ones. Anytime I saw a Hot Wheels Viper, I would go buy it, right? I even bought a couple for my kids and stuff, just because I love Vipers that much. And I loved the show, even though the show was crap. Like, I didn't like the show at all as far as the acting goes. That terrible acting, but the show was the car, right? Right? The Viper show was the car. It was awesome. But I sat there and I thought about myself driving this vehicle, and not just thought about it, but thought about the feeling, thought about my emotions, thought about the wind blowing on my head, because I don't have a lot of hair, right? So of course my hair is not like this and all that stuff. But just imagining driving down the road, cruising with my blacked out Armani shades, right? Just all these different visualizations came. And that's why I'm sitting here doing this live training for you, because I want you to know that everything that you want is possible for you. See, the law of attraction is very simple. You think about what you want, you tap into that emotional side of it, the feeling of actually achieving it, right, of living in it, right, and then you let it go. You just go out and live your life. You do what you got to do, right? Like, I'm developing myself every single day, and back to the blog post, because I really want to bring it back to the blog post. I sat there and I tapped into my future self, and I said, James, as you're making $15,000 per day, what would you be doing on a daily basis, right? Personal development was one of the biggest things that I would be doing, right? Sitting there reading. And as I thought about that, I was like, I need to dive more into personal development. I've been reading Psycho-Cybernetics to help me with the mind again. I've had some of my biggest income days from reading that book, right? Now I'm reading Power versus Force again, because I realized that I haven't been calibrating at a very high level. For those of you that are into quantum physics, right, read Power versus Force. One of my mentors, when I first got started in network marketing, guys made over $30 million, right? And I remember I reached out to him, I think like late last year or earlier this year or whenever. And I was like, well, what's the best book that you recommend on quantum physics? And he was like, Power versus Force. Now, mind you, I had read it already. I was like, oh, that's a great book. I've read it. I'm going to read it again, right? And I started to read it again. I read it, I don't know how many pages I was in. I just stopped, right? I read something else, right, and stuff like that. And I'm reading Psycho-Cybernetics, and I'm about 150 pages into that book, so I'm like halfway through it again. And it was taking forever for me to read it, and I was just like, well, why is this, right? And I sat there, and after I did the visualization, I was just like, well, I'm not calibrating at where I want to be at, right? And that's what happens when you tap into your future. When you talk to your future self, some people call it quantum jumping. I forgot the guy who coined the phrase quantum jumping, right? But you literally can ask yourself, and this is a technique that I shared in a blog post. So if you're watching this on YouTube live or on the recording, if you're watching live, guys, don't go to bestnetworkerlive.com right now. And even though I'm saying don't, you probably do it anyway, right? Because of the power of embedded commands. But I put together this blog post talking about how to tap into your future self, going back to the future. Right, and I said that this is the question that you want to ask yourself. As I'm a millionaire, would I be doing this? How would I be building my business? How would I be marketing on Facebook? How would I be marketing on YouTube? As a millionaire, James, how would you be marketing on YouTube? Right, that has a sexy ring to it, doesn't it? Right. Use your name, because I got horny off that. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited now. I'm even more excited than I was half a second ago, just because of that very phrase, right? So, James, as a millionaire, how would you market on Facebook, right? James, as a millionaire, how would you market with solo ads, right? James, as a millionaire, how would you blog, right? How would you syndicate your content as a millionaire, right? It has a nice ring to it. And it instantly puts you in that state, because your language is everything. The same guy who I paid $2,000 to hire for 4 hours of his time when I didn't have the money, who's made over $30 million in this industry, one thing that he always says to me is that your words never return void, right? Your words never return void. So if you keep speaking lack, you're going to keep getting lack. If you keep speaking prosperity, you will keep getting prosperity. You see, everything's a vibration, and you have to tap into the vibrations that you want to have in life, right? And I know I'm getting philosophical, right? And I'm not just sharing stories, but I am really sharing stories right? Because I'm teaching you through telling you through my experiences, which is honestly the fastest way to reach your subconscious mind and embed this information into your mind, right? So as I'm doing this, I want you to take notes on this because I'm literally giving you the secret, right, to the universe. If you want the God's honest truth, I'm giving you the secret to the universe. I am giving you the keys to the kingdom, right? And I learned all this stuff by plugging into Empower Network and the training, right? So you literally can go below this video right now and plug in if you're not already in. Now, I know some people that are watching this, you're in Empower Network. You may not be on my personal team, but you're in, right? And you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? But when it comes to vibrational energy, right? Everything is energy. Thoughts are energy, right? What you do every single day comes from your energy. You see, a lot of people seem to think that they need energy, right? You don't need energy. You already have an abundance of energy. You just need to learn how to release it, right? And I heard that from Bob Proctor. He was like, we don't get energy, we release it. And as soon as he said that, I was like, wow. I mean, all I gotta do is think about having an abundance of energy, and I have it. That's how powerful our thoughts are, right? So if you think you're tired, right? If you think that you have an abundance of energy, you have it, right? If you think that you are the best networker alive, you are, and you tap into it, right? That's why I used to sit there and laugh when people used to get mad at me for calling myself the best networker alive. I'm like, dude, wouldn't you do that if that thought came to your mind, right? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, you may have a different brand name for yourself. You may have a different way that you view yourself. I just know that whenever I'm focused on something, I'm typically the best person at it. It's just me personally, right? In that moment, I don't care who I'm competing against. I will do everything in my power to win, right? And it's not even competing against the other person. It's pushing myself beyond the limits beyond the limits that I had in the past, right? Because I used to doubt myself all the time. I didn't have a lot of confidence. I didn't even have a lot of self-esteem, right? I was high confidence, right? Below self-esteem, and that's a mixture that's just designed to explode, right? So going through all these different situations and realizing that you know what you think really comes true. Like I think that an abundance of people are going to see this video, and guess what? They will, right? Why? Because I'm going to hold on to that thought as much as possible. I'm going to hold on to that thought as I promote this, right? As I mail it to my list, right, of people who have opted into my website because they want more information, they want more training, they want to go out and build their business, they want to learn how to tell stories, they want to learn different marketing strategies, right? And then I have to bring them back to reality of, listen, learn how to tell your story, learn how to share your experiences, right? Because essentially what it is that I'm really looking to do for you is I'm looking to help you not have to spend $20,000+ before you learn something, not have to spend 6-7 years in this industry before you learn something, right? And not just learn something, but learn something, do it, and get a result so that you can come back to me and say, James, you know, I appreciate what you shared with me on that hangout because it really changed my business. And I started walking around saying to myself, you know, James, or whatever your name is, as a millionaire, I build my business this way, right? Because I sat there and looked at myself and I asked myself that question I talked about in the blog post where I was like, you know, $15,000 a day is possible, right? I mean, like Bill Gates wipes his ass with that. You know what I'm saying? So, and Steve Jobs, before he died, he wiped his ass with that too, right? Carlos Slim Halou, whatever his name is, I think he's the richest guy in the world. He wipes his ass with $15,000. I mean, it's just a reality situation, right? Because money is just paper, right? Money is just paper. Money is just paper, right? And a lot of people have negative connotations with money. And one of my mentors, Lawrence Tam, you know, if you somehow, some way hear about this, buddy, I love you, appreciate you, bro, for everything that you've done for me. But Lawrence, I had a conversation with him one day, right? And he talked to me about upselling my new members, right? Because one, they need to invest in themselves, and two, it just allows me to be more prosperous and, you know, create my story more and go out and get more results, right? Because if in quick tip, guys, if you're only selling one thing in your business and your current customers don't have anything to buy from you, anything else to buy from you, you really need to look at your business model, and you need to reach out to me ASAP, okay? Because you're leaving a ton of money on the table, okay? But But I was talking to Lawrence. And one thing he said to me was really important. I want to share it with you because it's going to be very powerful with you. And he said to me, he said, James, you got to be okay, right? His voice, like he paused for a second. His voice got lower. And he was just like, James, you got to be okay with people paying you a lot of money, right? And as soon as he said that, I had a huge grin on my face. Why? Well, because I thought about people paying me a lot of money, right? And that's why I tell people now, especially the people who are so scared to spend money, I'm like, listen, man, I'll tell them straight up. I'll be like, listen, man, you gotta be okay with people paying you a lot of money. So if you want to go out and pay me $10,000 right now to help you in your business, I will help you, right? I will literally fly out to your house, right, and help you build, right, a entire sales funnel, and I will work with you for 7 days straight, right? No breaks, no sleep, right? We'll literally get the thing done. Just go out and send me $10,000 via PayPal, right? And actually, coming to think about it, I might put something like that together in my sales funnel, right? But that's what happens when you start vibrating at a certain level. When you start being okay with people paying you a lot of money, you have no problem asking for it, right? You have no problem asking for it. I never have a problem with telling someone to buy it, right? And what I've noticed and what I've realized is that the people who aren't going to be successful have a problem when I tell them to buy, right? That's why I shared the story with you in the beginning of this training of, what I personally did today. I bought something today, right? I invested in myself today, and it felt fucking great, right? And I said I was only gonna say the F-bomb one time, but I had to let it out right there. It just felt right, right? And but I bought something today. I invested in myself, and it was a really, really powerful, wonderful feeling. Now, some of you may be saying, well, James, I don't have the money. It's okay, right? We've all been there, right? Especially in this industry. You don't know how many times we've eaten ramen noodles or bought the same chicken over and over and over again and just seasoned it differently to eat it, right? Because I was in grind mode, right? I understand, right? There was a time where, I was homeless and I had a car, right, and I was sleeping in my car, and I'd be driving around at night wasting a whole bunch of gas trying to find a safe spot to sleep. And in order to save money, I would eat one thing off the dollar menu for lunch, breakfast, and dinner, right? Like I would literally go into the McDonald's and brush my teeth, right? Brush my teeth, and then go get some coffee or something like that, or have to wait around so I could go to the library for a couple hours. Like, damn, it's only 8. Like I would get mad. Right? When I was homeless, I would get mad if I woke up at like 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, shit, the library doesn't open until 10 o'clock, right? I'm like, I'm not going to Starbucks, and I'm not going to go spend $5. I'm not going to go spend $5 to only be in there for 3 hours and then go to the library, right? Like this is what goes on in your mind when you're coming from a place of poverty. And I can laugh and I can share these stories now because I'm no longer in that place. And it feels great to even share that story because you may be in that place or you may have been in that place at one point in time, and you can look back at it and you can laugh at it now because you know and understand that you can get to anywhere that you put your mind to. You can get anywhere that you focus on, really. And this is one important thing that I want to share with you, and I kind of got away from it for a while because I was in launch mode. I was in pitch mode in my business, to be honest with you, for some time, and I wanted to really give value and give it back to the people. Give it to people who are on my Facebook and see me pitching all the time, right? People that are in my email, and I just want to give some value. I want to share some really good, meaty content that I would share with someone who was a high-ticket coaching client or someone who had bought one of my products, my own personal products, or even joined my Empower team or something like that. I just wanted to share something with you that you could take to the bank, that you could literally run with after tonight and absolutely crush it in your business, even if you never bought anything from me, right? Because I wanted to download into your mind some of the concepts that I've learned and discovered from my teachers, my mentors, the books that I've read, all the different changes that I'm going through. I'm raising my calibration as I'm sitting here shooting this video. It's a very powerful thing, and that's why I wanted to mention that really quickly, because one of the most powerful things that you can do for yourself is do a live training every single week. I don't care if you're doing a live teleconference. You go to freeconferencecall.com, right? Freeconferencecall.com. You could get GoToMeeting, GoToWebinar, right, for 30 days for free, so you can host webinars. If you're afraid of, getting in front of the camera, right? Even though getting in front of the camera is one of the most powerful things that you can do to people, because it literally gets to show them you. Like, you can genuinely see that I'm real, that I'm intent, that my intentions are really good and good-hearted, and I really want to help you go out and grow and build your business, regardless of whatever decision you make after getting off of this training, right? But you can also use Google Hangouts, right? I'm getting back on my Google Hangout grind, so to speak, where I'm going to be sharing something for free every single week. I'm going to be doing a training. I'm going to start bringing on some of my team members again, right? Because I've been in a place of really just tweaking and testing and trying different things, testing out a couple different things in my business. And I recently just discovered some stuff about Facebook PPC that I'm going to be sharing. I'm going to actually be putting together a free training on Facebook PPC, probably before I go to sleep tonight, right? Because I just got this information, and one of the fastest ways for you to learn something is to learn it, teach it, and do it at the same time. Let me repeat that. Learn it, teach it, and do it at the same time. It's one of the fastest ways for you to go out and grow and change your business. But I just want to give value. I want to share with people some of the stuff that I've learned, especially recently, because when you learn something and you just learn something, the fastest way to embed it in here is to teach it. Right? Like, I've been keeping this story stuff under wraps for a while, and it feels good. It feels great just to sit there and share it, and you can feel my energy. You can feel my energy through the video, right? Because let me tell you about a quick story one time, right? So I was talking to one of my new team members. He had just joined, right? And we were having the conversation, right? What's the conversation? Well, the conversation is when someone needs to invest in themselves, they want to invest in themselves, but they're scared shitless of spending the money, right? Now, here's the thing. This person, for the sake of name, his name was Bob, right? So I was talking to Bob, and I was talking to Bob for about an hour. I was giving him some training. I was telling him what he could do to go out and hit the goals that he wanted to hit in his business. And I was just like, well, Bob, listen, I understand, where you're at, and let me be quite frank with you. I remember when I was struggling, when I had no job, right? I had no job, and I had 3 kids to feed, and I still sat there and pulled out my credit card and spent thousands of dollars on my education. 1, to get the training, 2, to be able to make money, right? And I sat there and I said, listen, I can feel the nervousness. I can feel the nervousness. Like, I'm getting shaky just even sitting here thinking about it, because I was like, I could feel the nervousness. There was tension. It wasn't bad tension. It was nervous tension from him that he was transmuting. And it was so powerful that I felt it through a live hangout that we were doing, right? We're in totally separate places, totally different states. And I'm sitting there feeling the nervous energy from him. And I was like, listen, I'm getting goosebumps even sitting here thinking about it. And I was like, listen, Bob, I understand, right? And I just painted a picture for him. I was like, here's where you're at. You know that you want to do this, but you're scared shitless about doing it, right? Because you know it's the right decision to make, right? You have the money, you're willing to invest into yourself, but you're just scared. You don't believe that you can do it. You don't believe that you'll succeed. You don't believe that it's absolutely possible to go out and crush it in your business, right, in the next 90 days. And I was like, Bob, fight the fear and do it anyway. Do the uncomfortable so that you can be comfortable. And not only that, but when you're talking to someone and they're having the same feeling, having the same sort of energy that you have right now, you're going to be able to look back at this moment when you fought the fear and made a decision that actually changed your life. So pull out your credit card right now, right, and log into your back office and let me know when you're on the page to purchase this product, right? And he was like, I'm there. was like, all right, now, because I know that you're scared, right, let's purchase the big product first, okay? So let's purchase that one first, right? Had him purchase that product. And then he purchased it, right? I was like, all right, now let's go through the next product, right? Purchase that one. And then I was like, all right, how do you feel right now? And he said to me, he was like, I feel great, right? And I still feel nervous, right? But I feel great. I was like, well, the magic happens in the fear. So that nervous energy that you feel right now, it's really excitement. You're really excited about the decision that you made, and now you just have to follow through with it. And it really taught me a very valuable lesson. And this was like immediately after I had really discovered these storytelling secrets. I had purchased a product inside of Empower Network back office called Viral Blogging Academy. So, if you're not a part of Empower Network and you want to get access to that product, you can go below this video right now. You can get plugged in. We can personally connect and we can talk more about that product. But I had bought that product, and it was a product that I was putting off for quite some time, right? And then I had someone sign up in my business, and I'm like, oh, they're going through the sales funnel, and that fear of loss just hit my mind, and I was like, oh shit, this is a product that I don't have. So I literally whipped into my back office. I was like, oh, I'm buying this shit right now, and I bought. I pulled out my credit card and bought. Now I was just buying it just to make the money. So when I actually logged in and started to go through the training and I started to make money, I was like, whoa. I was like, I've been pitching this whole time. I was like, I haven't even been sharing my story. I was like, my story is so big and so vast, and I have so much to tell, right? Like, we've been on this hangout for probably like an hour, close to an hour, maybe over an hour. I don't know the time because, I'm not focused on the time, right? But, like, I realized that there was so much that I could share, right? Besides just technical know-how that could help someone make a decision and take action and go beyond their comfort level, right? And if I didn't buy that, if I didn't make that decision to pull out my credit card and buy, if I didn't make that decision to fight the fear and pull out my credit card and buy and invest in myself, I wouldn't have been able to have that conversation with that individual to help him overcome, right? To help him overcome and produce. And do something that would forever change his life as long as he made the decision to continue and keep going forward, right? And that's why you got to invest in yourself. The biggest takeaway that I can tell you is that you got to pay your $10 at the door, right? Now you may be at $2, you may be at $3, you may be at $4, you may be at $5, you may be at 9.75, right? But you got to pay the full 10. And once you pay the full 10, the floodgates open. And you just start seeing commissions fall down. And you just start juggling, right? And it becomes really, really fun. And it becomes a game, right? Like right now my business is a game. Like when I connect with people, it's just like, all right, I collect decisions. If I'm actually personally connecting with you, and this is a quick tip for you, I remember I was talking to one of my millionaire mentors, and he was just like, James, I'm a decision collector, right? A lot of people, they get wrapped up in, oh, what if this person says no? If this person says no, they just saved you a shitload of time, okay? Right? Instead of you sitting there talking to this person for the next hour, right, on Facebook chat or on the phone if you still do that, right, or through email, this person just said, hey, I'm not a buyer, and you're just like, okay. On to the next, on to the next, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, listen, guys, you just got to take massive action. You got to believe in yourself, and you got to start telling your story, right? Because that's how you're going to build rapport with people. Now, I don't know how much I've given you a whole encyclopedia of knowledge and wealth and tips and training over the course of this amount of time. I don't even know how long we've been on this hangout, right? But the one thing that I want to share with you, parting ways, because I'm going to wrap this up, is that you definitely want to use everything that I've shared with you. You probably want to watch this hangout. You definitely want to watch this hangout at least 3 to 7 times, because you want this information to be embedded into your brain, okay? Now, it's visual, but it's also audio, so you literally can wake up in the morning or before you go to bed at night, play this a couple times, play this a couple times. Or once, I would say at least once, right? Once a day for the next 7 days. right? Because it's going to be very powerful for you to memorize this information, because I shared some wisdom, I shared some stories, right? And you'll be able to look back on these and have these different reference points for yourself to really go out and grow your business to a level that was only imaginative up to this point. And there's so much more that I could share, but I simply don't have time tonight. But I can tell you next week I will be hosting a live training, so you definitely want to be on the lookout for that. If you're not already a part of my Just Get Money Team newsletter, you can go to bestnetworkerlive.com. There's going to be a blue box on the right-hand side, and I know this is on the left-hand side of my screen, but this is my right hand, okay? So you probably want to go here, right? and enter in your name and your email. That way you can be a part of my newsletter, okay? Now, if you're seeking a mentor, you're seeking training, if you don't have a blog yet, right, or if you just want to learn how to make money online, right, all those above, get in. Join the Just Get Money team. You know, we're worldwide. We're expanding every single day. We're growing. We're literally building an army. My vision over the course of this year, between now and August 26th of 2015, my vision is to help 1,000 people break free from their job. The question is, are you going to be one of those people? Are you going to be one of those people who make excuses about why you can't do things? Because if you're going to continue to do that, then I'll be quite honest with you, we don't want you on our team. But if you're someone who wants to break free, if you're someone who wants to quit your job within the next year, my friend, do it. Right? And I'll be more than willing to help you. So, you know, with that being said, my friends, I love you and appreciate you. God bless you. Continue to watch me like you watch TV and watch your income grow, my friend. Take massive action. Take this to the bank. Use it, apply it, watch it several times. Get it embedded in your brain, my friends. Get it embedded in your brain. And if you're not already a part of the Just Get Money team, get in. Let's lock arms. Let's lock in and join forces. Help you go out and break free from the mental shackles of slavery, right? Go below this video, click that link, get started, and I will personally connect with you within the next 24 to 48 hours of you watching this video and plugging in, okay? Not just signing up for a free account, but literally pulling out your credit card and investing in yourself, because here's what's going to happen. You're going to go below this video. You're going to click the button that says get in, yes, let me in, whatever it says, because I don't know exactly right now, but you're going to click a button. It's going to be orange or yellow, right? And then it's going to take you to a join page where you literally set up your username in your password, right? And then you pull out your credit card. You can put your credit card to the right-hand side of your screen, literally put it right there on the monitor, and then you can look at it. That way you can type and look at the same time to help you save yourself time, just in case you're in a little bit of a rush. But you literally can put it on the right-hand side of your screen, and then you can enter in your name, you know, just like it is on the credit card. You can enter in your 16-digit number, and then it's going to ask you for your expiration date and then the 3-digit code on the back of the card. You enter in all that information, you hit the buy now button, and boom, you have a ready-made blog and you're already in, and then I will personally connect with you, my friend. So I love you and appreciate you, my friend. Let's lock arms, let's join forces, and just take care and have a blessed night. I'm out. I'm going to go enjoy myself for the rest of the night. I still got to put together this training on Facebook PPC, so you definitely want to be on the lookout for that. But listen, my friends, just go out and take massive action, my friend. And how you take massive action is you start in the mind first. You take massive action here. The physical realm is easy. I can tell you that right now. I am living proof of it. Love you and appreciate you. I'll see you in the next video. Get started. Click the link. I will see you on the inside, my friend. I look forward to shaking your hand at the next live event. Take care.